for all of us.
Mm,
And
I
Such
the
was
first of of the 21st century, right?
such such
So,
Mhm.
fo- such formative years for us.
oh
Oof. Well,
God, the
I want
first
to
time
tell
I
my
heard,
story of the first time
oh,
I heard it. It's kind of fun. So
Mine is really fun. Yeah, real
Oh,
exciting.
you heard
okay.
the song or the album?
the
Just the song.
album.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have two stories for both.
Okay. Well, that's what we're here for.
Hmm.
To
We
tell
know.
to tell our stories.
Save it
Yes.
for the
Wait,
pod.
I'm pulling up the live and getting the
Save
chat
it for the
going.
live,
Hold on.
kids. Are we
Oh,
even
I'm so
live?
happy to see you guys.
We're
It's like
already live. Yeah.
Virtual hug, everyone.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
there's already
yes.
two people here. Wow.
Hi.
We're
Hi,
not
two
concerned.
people.
We're not concerned about ratings tonight because obviously we are combating the VMAs. Which here I was saying, oh, I don't have MTV, I can't watch it. Apparently, it's on
It's on
CBS
CBS.
now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's on
streaming
the old people's
everywhere.
network.
Did
Oh,
you
Because you
because
know
aren't
hear?
they
why?
the
Because we're the
parent
old
company?
people now.
Did you
Hmm.
hear that they've gramified the VMAs? Now they're doing like best record of the year.
No,
Yep.
screw them.
They've jumped the shark and now they do best country as well. And I was like, where have we gone, MTV?
Yeah, they did that so they could give Morgan Wallen another award.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I just don't think that our generation and the generation below us is even included in the VMAs, like,
Mm.
I mean, I
demographic.
saw I saw Lenny Kravitz was there, and obviously Ricky Martin was
mhm.
was
Yeah.
descending upon his stage singing "Livin' La Vida Loca." So it sort of feels like old times, but ish.
Well,
Mm,
I'm gonna
I don't know.
skip
I
it.
think
I'll watch highlights.
Mhm.
when they made all these changes, I wouldn't have want to be a fly on that corporate wall, as they say. It's just
Mm,
just icky.
mm.
Just
And the big put out there diva comeback that Madonna and Taylor Swift didn't want to do is Mariah, right?
Is it Ben? Do you have it on? Is it on in the background?
I'm not in a room with a television.
Okay,
mhm.
Mhm.
so we don't care.
We don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
get the
Liberty,
important ones.
Liberty, whenever you're ready.
You're listening to MLVC, the Madonna podcast, your place for all things bourgeoisie and the rebel, and MLVC Madonna, of course. Hi, everybody. I'm Liberty.
Hey guys, I'm Tony, and I know what it feels like for a girl.
Well, I've spent an entire life looking for that impressive instant, and here we are in another one tonight. Spin, everybody.
And hey, everybody, it's Stefan. Welcome to another episode of MLVC. I try to do what's best, and I know that I deserve it. So here we are. We're going to be dropping music album puns all night because that's right. Tonight, we are celebrating the upcoming 25th anniversary of Madonna's music album, which was released September 18th in the year 2000, which I can't believe that was 2000. Like, that's
Yeah,
just
we
crazy to
don't know how
think.
many years ago it was.
It's so ridiculous. Yeah. How many? So if you count I'm Breathless as a studio album of hers, which we here at the
We
podcast
do.
do, then this is her ninth album of original material. But if you don't consider I'm Breathless a studio album, then this is Madonna's eighth album. So everyone, I keep seeing online, everyone's like, M15 is coming, M15. Those people must be the non-studio I'm Breathless people because it technically would be Sweet 16 for her.
Hmm.
But whatever. Whichever sliding doors version of the Madonna album catalog you like to live in, we're here to celebrate the music album. And yes, like we said, we are not here. We are your anti VMA programming. If you are too old or too young to care what MTV VMAs are anymore, thank you for joining us.
Yes,
Anti,
welcome.
we're just counter.
Counter, yes, the alternative.
Hmm.
We're like
Yeah.
MTV2. Remember when MTV2 came out? And it was like the
Yeah.
antithesis to MTV. It was like they actually played
Can,
music videos again as,
Hmm.
can
as
we be
opposed to
like
like
Sunday night videos or something
oh,
instead
like
of that?
120
Like Friday.
minutes.
Oh,
Yeah, like
120 minutes
yeah,
live.
yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
now
120, yeah.
120 minutes. That was a good program. I love because they played like Bjork and like
Hmm.
Oh,
Daft Punk and like it was yeah, that was good. I loved 120 minutes. What was that?
yeah.
Sunday nights from 10 to 12?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good
Oh my
times.
God. It
Yeah, for
was.
anyone who doesn't remember 120 minutes, MTV used to set aside 2 hours at the end of the weekend. It was Sunday nights, and they would play all the stuff that you wouldn't see in like the MC Hammer Spice Girls hours that they were always playing nonstop. And yeah, it was always like the fun, funky stuff that like you couldn't watch anywhere else. But now YouTube has, forget it. We're in
Right.
we're in
YouTube takes
we're in
that
control
role.
now, MTV. So yeah, here we are, Music 25, 25th anniversary, and I guess we could just go. Well, tell your stories. What are your stories? Liberty, you start. What's the
Okay.
first time you heard it? Let's go.
Well, since, my story is definitely going to be the most exciting. I don't know what I was doing, but apparently I had no idea Madonna was going to be having a new album. I don't know
Hmm.
how, but it was the summer of 2000. I was working at Chili's and
Oh, as a server?
as a server, yes, down in Brownsville, Texas.
Oh my God,
And
I've been there.
Did you have to wear? Was this one of those like? Well, let's set the scene. Did you have to wear flair on your outfit?
Uh, I don't recall flare. I did wear it was a polo, I'm pretty sure at that time. And I had to wear like Doc Martens because, you would slide around in the kitchen. And typical type of restaurant. This was my first restaurant job as well, so I had never experienced all of the things like the game of grab ass that people play apparently in restaurants. And at the time, I was like, this is also like advanced for my for my basic brain and all the partying that waiters and servers do. Anyway, in the kitchen, I remember hearing because we would listen to the radio, and I remember hearing music, and at the time, again, I had no idea how. I don't know. I think because I was very wrapped up in No Doubt at the time,
Oh,
and yeah, which
sorry
was a
about
good
that.
summer. No, Return of Saturn is an amazing
Turn
album.
of Saturn.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I hear it and I'm just like, what is this? I didn't know it was Madonna. And I think this little bitty girl, and I think her name was Madi or something like that. I don't remember, but she had a very cool, like smoker's voice. She's like, this is Madonna. And I'm like, Madonna? Like I awoke from a slumber of 1,000 years. But of course I didn't like it,
Oh,
at
right. Of
first
course, yes.
hearing.
Yes. If you're new to the podcast, or if you don't remember as a longtime listener, Liberty hates anything new, and
Mhm.
it takes her a couple of listens to warm up to the
'Cause
new material. And this would definitely have been something that would have like pulled that rug out from underneath your Doc Martens and made you
Oh yeah.
slip and fall on that kitchen
uh-huh.
floor.
100%. I mean, I'm pretty sure I dropped a fried catfish on a guy's lap afterwards, just because it was such a shocking sound, especially coming out of, let's say, the ray of light,
Hmm.
you know,
Lush.
yeah, into this sort of more structured sound,
Oh, you
a little
must
bit
have
more.
loathed it. You must have been
It
like,
was rough,
I do declare,
but
I
I went
hate
straight,
this.
but I went straight to Musicland right afterwards, and had to buy it after my shift. I don't know. Again, like it must have been.
Using your tips from Grab Ass.
Yeah, I probably got about $28 that day. Um, yeah, because I didn't make much money. I was not a great server, to say the least. But yeah, so that was the first time I really heard it, and I mean, so hearing it in a Chili's kitchen, not a very illustrious sort of beginning to my relationship to the album music, but it changed a whole lot about my
Hmm.
fandom, and really gave me um a new outlook on what was possible for me, like as a human,
Mm,
as an artist, as a writer, uh, etc. So
nice.
we can get into that a little bit later, but
Mm,
Hmm.
okay. Ben, what about you? Were you in a kitchen?
It's not. I was at work. I knew the album was coming because in those days I was big on all like the websites and the message boards and that whole thing for Madonna fandom. So I knew she was recording. I knew she had moved on to. I knew who Mirwais was actually before the album even came out. Like I had heard some of his songs. Um, I actually was sitting in my office and somebody posted a link to the first leak of the full unfinished track
Illegal.
Uh, yeah, yeah. Well, sure. Yeah. I was at work. I logged on to the VPN and I downloaded that stuff immediately. And I started playing it on my office speakers because I didn't have headphones. And I had a colleague who I shared an office with who hated Bjork. And I used to play Bjork all the time. And she would be like, "What is this animal noise? Turn that off." And when I played the music single, she was like, she turned around and goes, "That's kind of funky." And I was like, "I know, right? It's like funky robots." And so I was in from go. I was just like, "Oh my God." And just the whole album was everything I wanted post Ray of Light, like 21st century. I feel like it was so futuristic and yeah, I just loved it. Yeah.
Tony, do you remember the first time you heard it?
Yeah, it's kind of like I'll keep it short, a two-part story. It was my first year in New York, and I worked at Versace, and I would get up very early every morning, and my alarm was set to Z100 morning show.
Hmm.
And I was getting dressed, and then this comes on, and I'm like, that sounds like her, but the song is awful. It sounds like Planet Soul. Remember Come Into My Planet
Yeah,
Soul? And I was
yeah,
like, this is not, and then so then the DJ is like, it's Madonna's new single. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm not a Madonna fan anymore because I can't listen to this. This is like ear trash.
Oh,
And
wow.
also to put it into context, I was really in the thick of Kylie Minogue's Light Years album, which was like disco pop.
Hmm.
So I was like, whatever. Anyway, this is about a month before the album came out. About a week after that, my friend Shifty, who was a music producer and who Stefan knows as Ingrid Chavez's manager, remember?
Hmm. Oh, yes. I
So,
didn't realize his name is Shifty.
well, that's his, it's Shifty was his like DJ name, DJ
Oh,
Shifty.
I gotcha.
And he used to do like a couple DJ sets in the city a week, and it was like my only friend. I knew him because he managed a friend of mine. So, invited us over after one of his DJ sets to his apartment, and mind you, this is the year 2000. We all did ecstasy. And then
Oh,
he's like, I have the new Madonna album.
Tony.
I know. He's like, I have the new Madonna album. And he pulls it out, the CD, and it's a white CD that says Madonna Music. And I'm like, oh shit, like this is for real because it wasn't, coming out for a while. And so we're doing it and we're listening to it, and my head explodes. It finally makes sense, because it's like made for the clubs. It's made for messing with your head. It's like it's French disco, but it's also Madonna, but it's also techno, but it's also all these things. And I mean, the songs that really made my head explode was Don't Tell Me, where, it was off key going back and forth. And I'm seriously on
You're
drugs. And I'm like,
rolling, right?
whoa, what is happening here? And then crying during I Deserve It. And everyone's looking at me like, are you okay? And I was like, this is Madonna's best work ever. So anyway, and the minute it went on sale, I was at HMV in Herald Square at 9 a.m. buying that sucker, and I just fell in love with that record. It's one of my favorite Madonna albums.
Well, a disclaimer, everyone listening, we here at MLVC do not condone doing hardcore drugs
No.
while listening to Madonna, even though we have, but we don't recommend this as
No.
a healthy option.
Also, I was like 25, so calm down, people.
Right, exactly. Those days are behind us.
Yeah. We too were
Sadly.
young and beautiful.
Yes, at one point. Hey, you did ecstasy to Madonna's music. I did ecstasy to Madonna's bedtime story. I mean, it happens, right? Liberty's serving chili, on a plate, you know.
Stefan, did you get to go to the Roseland music pre-release?
No, I did not. No, because
I
I
wanted
was
to go to
that
that.
was the like I think when she did that, I was still in Philly. I
Mm.
moved right after that back to New York. But no, I know I was so pissed. I wanted to go. I was so
We
annoyed.
all watched Brixton online, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
literally called in sick from work to stay home and watch that. Like,
I think I watched it at work.
I
oh
think
yeah,
I
no.
did too, actually. Yeah, I remember being
I
very
don't
sneaky about it.
I don't know how, but I know I watched it for sure. Because that was in the times when like work didn't matter. You know, it was like, yeah, they're paying me and giving me health insurance, but there's Madonna on. I have to watch this. Like,
Yeah, I just remember it was like a really bad QuickTime player that kept skipping and stopping and
hmm
the
yeah.
good old days.
Yeah, I don't remember the first time I heard music, but I don't remember where I was or what I was doing. All I know is I remember the first time I heard it thinking how different it sounded and but I liked it. Like as opposed to Liberty. I was like I loved how different and weird it sounded and there was just something about like the sparseness of the production and it just like
Hmm.
those little the Mirwais sound the bing, like all the blips and beeps and it was what I was ready for it. I just it was so I was obviously doing some research on this. I'm appalled. I am appalled that this was her last number one song on the Billboard Hot 100 charts.
Hmm.
Yep.
This was her last, in my head, I guess some of her songs that don't go to number one go to number one in my head. Like,
Hung up.
I think because I play, exactly, exactly. I was like, hung up, certainly. And when I was like, I'm looking it up, I'm like, there's
Number two.
no, I'm like, I cannot believe that didn't go. I was appalled. Like that is a crime. Fine. Not every album has been amazing. Not like 4 minutes didn't even go to number one, even with Justin. Like, come
Oy.
on. I just don't get it.
That's not a shock.
Yeah, I'm not
But
crying about that.
but the albums did. I don't understand how the singles, you know what I mean? Like,
She didn't get played on the radio after American Life.
I don't, I just, I was
Think
enraged.
about it. Don't tell me went to number four. What it feels like for a girl went top 10.
Hmm.
She only cracked the top 10 after that with Hung Up, 4 minutes, and Give Me All Your Love. That's it. Radio stopped.
Yeah.
Clear Channel did to her a lighter version of what they did to Janet Jackson. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I that was so sad to think that it's been that long since she's had a number one single because I mean, I don't know how the rest of you feel, but like I feel like there's songs of hers since then that deserved like Ghost Town. Ghost Town is
Yeah.
such a good song. How is that not a number one? It's just a crime.
There has to be some kind of cultural reason for this because it's not just her. I mean, always to her things like this happen since then, but overall American culture or the landscape has been a lot crueler to artists where
Yeah.
you have a very short life, you have to be very commercial, you've got to reach, you know, the most people in, and it's just getting worse, obviously, that lifespan of whatever you put
Hmm.
out there.
hmm
You know, what does that say for the future of all music and all artists? And it's just sort of gets sadder and sadder the
Oh
more you.
yeah. I mean, the whole industry's changed. I mean, like we were just saying, look, MTV's now on
Okay, so
CBS.
yeah, I just looked it up. Part of it too was the Clear Channel consolidation, which officially became like an actual network of things after it
Hmm.
went through. They made all the acquisitions in 2000, but by 2002 is when you started having Clear Channel set their playlists nationwide. And
hmm
like station programmers stopped really being able to even, if the corporate didn't want Madonna on there, she was out.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I look from a business perspective, I understand why, but I still think it's a sin. Like
Yeah, yeah.
it's ridiculous. I mean, to me, music, it was an instant classic. It's such a great dance track. It's the production is perfection. And like I was saying with Liberty, you know, because she was so stuck in Ray of Light, like I think that transition, it was such a huge
Yeah.
shift. Like it was such, but to me, I liked when she did those type of like really sharp turns and thankfully this one made a lot of sense. You know, like it seemed inherent to Madonna, whereas something like the shift from Confessions to Hard Candy maybe didn't come across as natural or as
Hmm.
authentic. This seemed like authentic Madonna. Like even though it was such a different sound from Ray of Light, the whole album in and of itself still sounded like a Madonna album, and I loved that. I also think the fact that it had such a fun video for the lead single, like that music video is so much fun, with her and Nikki and why am I blanking on
Debbie.
Debbie
Debbie
Mazar.
Mazar? Thank you. I saw her face. As like the girls in the back, and they're like sort of subverting the expectations of like a guy's night out, and they're the women doing what the men would do, going to the strip club and picking up the girls in the limo. And the little animated part I thought was so cute, where she's like bashing all the old singles and
Yeah.
like suddenly becomes like super Madonna. It says like save pop music. And it's just, there was a lot of good going on in that era.
Honestly, I think
So
the videos from music era are like peak.
Yeah.
Like peak. I just love them. And they're extremely good quality. She looks incredible. And they have the most, I think, originality. Like, because since then, I feel like some of that is missing a little bit. Like, obviously, I like the controversial aspects that came after with American Life, for example, or the memorable hung up video because of the dance styling. Um, but I just love the music era videos because they're so different from one another, but they have a cohesiveness somehow.
Mm.
it's also the first time where she actually openly embraced the catalog and nostalgia. You saw it in the music video with the cartoon. Yes,
Hmm.
she's bashing the records, but then when she does Roseland and Brixton,
The
the VMAs
montage.
behind her is the montage. And it wasn't even just for music videos. There were like things that were from movies or commercials, because it was
Hmm.
the one commercial when she was in the kimono that was around the Take a Bow AMAs era.
Hmm.
And like it was interesting that she was openly embracing her queendom. And at the Brixton, because I rewatched the Brixton concert that was upscale today, and when she does what it feels like for a girl, and she shouts it out to all the pop bitches, including myself, who did it, you were like, oh my God, it's the empowerment moment of express yourself coming full circle with an embrace of like where it felt so grown up. That's the other
Hmm.
thing too. And I think that's
Yeah.
the thing that Liberty, you kind of are feeling about the videos and the whole era. Cause I felt it too. I was like, okay, I'm like in my mid 20s and I can't listen to this Britney Spears stuff, yada. But
Oh,
Madonna
I
was
could.
making, I mean, it was fun music, but like it didn't represent our generation. It
Right.
clearly was for millennials who were teenagers at the time. Great, that's what it's for. But like Madonna was doing like an adult version of that, and like, but at the same time embracing all of who and what she was. Yeah, yeah,
I love
it
since
was
you
so
mentioned
good.
since you mentioned the Brixton thing, I have to the one little thing that made me laugh, and I actually rewound it so I could listen to it again, was when she was like, "I can't come to London and not do an old song." She's like, "What do you want to hear?" And they're like screaming,
It's not a
and she's like, "This
democracy.
is not a democracy. We're doing holiday." And like it was just the way she said it. It was she's like, "This is not a democracy. We're doing holiday," as if like who I don't care if you care, but this is what we're doing. It was just so
Mm.
funny. And I love that whole performance because it's, again, I don't know, she was in a really great mood in this
Such
era.
a good mood.
And
Such a good mood.
I don't know if it was like the new motherhood from Rocco.
Yeah,
She was also
newlywed,
like
new
newly in
baby.
love, right? And, like there was a lot of new and good still happening in her life.
Hmm.
And she was really happy, really buoyant. Like her with Nikki and Donna during that Brixton thing, where like she seems like a unit, and
Hmm.
she like they're supporting each other and holding each other up. And yeah, it was like there's so much wonderfulness up going on during this era. I mean, look at the photos, like the Jean-Baptiste Mondino photo shoot
Hmm.
that like led this era with like the cowboy aesthetic. And oh, I've got a story. So I think I've told this on the show before. I happened to be at the David Letterman show when she first played guitar with Monty
Oh,
for
wow.
Don't Tell Me. And
I remember that.
I was like second row right in front of her. And when she sat down and they gave her the guitar, I was like, she's really going to play guitar. And I just remember she never broke eye contact with those strings. Like if you rewatch it, she is just watching her chord changes and doesn't look up. And they did that once and only once. That was like,
Hmm.
they did not have to, like, cause I know like some people are like, oh yeah, I was at the Oprah show and they like, she did that Riv light number like 3 times or 4 times. So that way they could like get the right amount of footage. But David Letterman, it was shot like it was a live show. They did it. She performed it once and only once and nailed it. But that was a good time. See, I missed Roseland, but I was there for that. That was I think, Tony, because I was in Philly, I
Hmm.
was able to get out of work and go to the David Letterman thing, but I couldn't go back for Roseland because it was like in the middle of the week or something. And I was like, damn it.
Yeah, because I went to Letterman once. It's like at 5 p.m., right?
Yeah, that you have to,
Yeah.
like, I had to leave early because you have to be there super, like, in
Yeah.
line at like 3 or something. And so, um,
God.
yeah, it was fun. It was good. I was so happy to be able to see that. And I love that she's wearing her like Elvis outfit, like
Hmm.
it was such good styling. And she looked so happy and wonderful. And she still kind of had like that voluptuousness from her pregnancy.
Hmm.
But all that to say, if you look at like the Don't Tell Me video, when she turns
He
sideways,
snatched.
oh
Yeah.
my
He snatched.
God.
That midriff was back. Because watching Don't Tell Me today and then the Brixton shows, like, you're like, oh, she's like covered up. And you're like, well, wait a second. The tatas are out. The guns are out. The midriff is out. I was like, it was still classic. So many of the original Madonna era dance moves, like the little side shuffle with the back kick. I was like, oh my God, why have I never noticed before that so much of original era Madonna returned?
Yeah.
And then there was also a lot of like erotica area styling with like the penciled in eyebrows and like the smoky lashes. I was like, she's looking very Rebecca Carlson in parts of this stuff. I was like,
That was the
you
era
know,
though, the super skinny
yeah,
eyebrows in the
Hmm.
2000s.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Are we going to talk about our top 3 songs from the album, please?
Do it. You
Please.
go, Ben. Go.
Am I starting? Okay,
Yeah.
wait. I wrote mine down. Okay. It does not include music. My number 3 is Paradise.
Mm.
I love that song. I think it's so pretty. I loved it at Drown World with the video
Hmm.
and the guys coming down because I kept thinking their heads are going to explode. Because, like I had a seat where I was at a level where I literally was looking at them when they started, and then they
Yeah.
just kept, and I was like, oh my God, these people are going to have a stroke or an aneurysm or something. Like, what is going on? I love that song. And then I fell in love with it all again when they did it at Confessions. That was
Hmm.
such a pretty version of that
Oh,
Mm.
song.
so good.
Oh, I don't ever need another version. It doesn't ever need to come back. That was perfect. My number 2 is Impressive Instant, which is usually in my total top 10. It's probably other than Vogue and then Get Together, it's Impressive Instant. I just think
Mm.
that song, even listening to it now, it still sounds like the future. But in
Hmm.
2001, when you got the album and I had heard it at a club before I got the album, but I also was, so I didn't really hear it all that well. But oh my God, listening to music on big headphones,
Hmm.
like, oh my God. Just a ridiculous, Tony. I can't imagine what you were going through hearing that wingy, wingy, wingy stuff on
Oh, I
ecstasy
was like
because
this, and it was the second song, and I'm like, what is going
I,
on, you
I
know?
mean, oh my God, your nuts should have been in your throat just for like what you were
And
experiencing.
everyone,
Like that's,
everyone
oh
there
my
was like
God.
in the music industry, so they're like, oh yeah, this is so and so and so. I'm like, I don't know what's going on right now, you know? And then,
Yeah.
a week later, I go to the Roxy on a Saturday night and they're playing the music,
They're,
Nice.
they're
Hex Hector,
jamming it.
and
Yep.
it's
Yep.
beauty. Just hearing it so loud and just throbbing. And God, I miss hearing Madonna in a club.
Yeah. Yeah. And then my number 1 is Don't Tell Me. I,
Mm.
I love that song. It's her best work with Joe Henry. I, I love the vocals. I love all the stuttery production. I love it. It's in my top 5 Madonna songs, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. I love Don't Tell Me. I love the video. I think it is one of the most artistic videos she's done because it's very much like performative Americana and it clearly was filmed in Hollywood.
Hmm.
And it's like the walkway and the screen changing. and the depth and perspective, so interesting. It's so meta, but then it's also so genuine. And she was hot in that video. And those four
Mm-hmm.
little dancers were
Oof.
hot as
Ooh.
all get out. I wore my spiky hair tonight, like the boys from that video that we all had back in the day, where you'd like take the gel and spike your hair before you went to the dock or wherever here. And just
Honestly,
like,
after the Don't Tell Me video, that became my go-to easy costume for Halloween parties. If I didn't want
oh,
to have to do anything, it was because it's low effort, and I've said this many times in the show. It's low effort, high concept. You wear a cowboy hat, a sleeveless black tee, a pair of jeans and some boots, and a smoky
Mhm.
eye. And then people are like, "Oh, what are you, a cowboy?" And I'm like, "No, I'm a backup dancer for Madonna's Don't Tell Me video." And people get
mm-hmm.
it, and you're like, "Oh,
Oh,
yep,
they do.
yep."
Oh, listen, I even slept with somebody to get his D squared shirt that was the little black shirt with the little claspy buttons and the little, oh
Mhm.
yeah. I
So
Benjamin.
I left
I saw in
I left his house with that shirt. I'm just saying.
I used to read Vogue, and they would always like Madonna was always in Vogue, always like that was part of the reason that I would read it. And it was like, get this look, and it was the D squared shirt, and they're like, um, you can also get this shirt like a similar tartan at Old Navy. So I'm like running to Old Navy, and I bought it, and I wore it out. I mean, I don't even remember. I mean, I had to like throw it away because it was like just almost shredded, but I loved wearing that shirt, and I would walk down Fifth Avenue, with like my jeans, like I'm so Madonna right now in my Don't Tell Me plaid flannel shirt. So, I just love that time. It was like everything was new.
Tony, what would you say your top three tracks off the album are?
Well, I loved, coming off of Ray of Light and, more introspective Madonna. I really loved that she brought a lot of that songwriting over, and it didn't just like start and stop. I mean, you can't say that Impressive Instant is like this, you know, um, like Madonna's best songwriting, but it still hits in many different ways. But I love Gone, I love I Deserve It, and I love What It Feels Like for a Girl. I think those are some of her best songs. They're the most honest. Um, uh, if it were four, it would be Don't Tell Me. But yeah, they're some of her most honest work, and it's kind of like leading up to it's taking from it's taking over from Ray of Light, but also kind of introducing you to what's going to be next for American life. The
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the
good point.
folktronica.
Yeah. Yeah. Liberty,
It
what
was
about you?
adult pop. That was
Hmm.
adult pop.
Mhm. Uh,
So Liberty, once you came around,
oh, it was very quick after I had the album in my hands. It was very quick because probably of the simplicity of songs like I Deserve It. I would say that, working backwards, Gone is, I mean, is incredible just because of this like lonely sort of feeling that it evokes, but independence at the same time, which really represents who I feel like I am a lot of the time, like in my personal identity. Um, and then I Deserve It because I Deserve It for me. That's when I realized, like, oh, maybe I can also play guitar like I've always wanted to. It wasn't until the next year that I actually started playing guitar, but it was really because of that song. Um, because it was such an easy song to play.
mm,
Um, and then seeing her do that on Drowned World tour, I was really sad that she did not do Gone at my show. She did, you'll see. Um, but I never realized that I was lucky for that. But yeah, and then yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Runaway Lover as the number one.
I
I
love that
yes.
freaking
song.
love that song. Um, I
Throwback.
yeah, I do love, Impressive Instant, but for me, Runaway Lover is actually more the
Hmm.
the one that gets me.
Mm.
Especially like when I rewatched Brixton today, I was like, God, this one needs to come back.
Yeah.
I just want it. I want it again live. Um, it's so
Yeah.
good. It's just
Let's re-release Amazing and Runaway Lover as a double A side.
Mm.
yeah, she
Yeah.
should really think about that for this sort of celebrating 25 years of music. Maybe if something else isn't already.
Hmm.
And when we would go to her with that request, she'd be like, no
No
way.
No
way.
way. It
But
doesn't
hey,
pay.
I mean, we finally got a digital release of the Impressive Instant remix, for
Yeah.
That's true.
Finally Enough Love.
Yeah.
So there's that. I mean, I remember there were so many people telling me about like, oh yeah, the remixes for Impressive Instant are incredible. And I'm like, well, where are you hearing them? People
I
would hear
hate
them
it
at the
that they
club,
existed only in the clubs and you
promo
could not,
only.
you
Yeah.
could not get them for sale. And I'm so pissed. So I'm glad that like we live in a world now where like the DJs don't control things. Where
Yeah.
I'm like, aha, see, we can get them now too. So
It was that one and the Junior
Just
Vasquez
Spotify.
12-minute mix of I Want You that is still out there somewhere.
or like SoundCloud or like just the dark web, like
Yeah.
basically you can find anything out there. You just have to,
I have that Junior Vasquez I Want You on one of my old laptops.
Yeah,
I traded nudes for it and got my hands on it.
Oh,
Oh
Ben,
my
you're a
Lord.
thief
The
and a whore.
sexual favors that you would do for things.
Listen,
I think we all would, right? I mean, I think we all
in
would.
that era, I was up for doing anything to get my Madonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Man.
I did something very dishonest to get the Bedtime Stories album. They were giving away copies at the radio station in Houston, and I went to the radio station, told them, my name is Tony Triers, I won this on the radio, and somebody named like Tom Travis, and I'm like, yeah, that's me. And I took it and I left. I still feel bad about it.
No, never feel bad. Never feel bad because the record companies don't care. I
remember
honestly,
when the promo copies of the CDs would have that gold thing on the front, that's what it had on it.
Anytime that like somebody would send me a track that like had leaked and it shouldn't have been out yet, I know in my heart that it's not right to listen to it when she doesn't want us to listen to it. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? We should have gotten this already. And Madonna's just been holding it, dangling the carrot in front of our face for so long. I'm just like, well, see, that's what you get, Madonna. You've held it for too long and everyone can't wait anymore. And now it's out there. So,
all her friends have heard it. All the friends have heard it.
Exactly. I'm like, if Rocco and Lola have heard it, we should have heard it already too. Like we've given her far more money than
Maybe
Rocco
that's
or
the
Lola.
problem. They heard it and they were like, ew. And she put it in the bowl.
I mean, even with this upcoming album, I feel like so many people have heard it.
Yeah, exactly. Chris Rock at his birthday party. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I far more deserve it. Yeah. I deserve it to hear it more than Chris Rock does. Speaking of, so top 3 for me, I'm going to say, this is not in any particular order, but since Liberty just mentioned it, Runaway Lover, hells yes. Her vocals sound so amazing on that track. Like William Orbit knows how to produce her vocals. Not saying that Mirrorways does not know how to produce her vocals. And I apologize. My Zoom freezes. I don't know what's wrong. I need to get a new computer one day. But Mirrorways can produce great songs for her, and she sounds great on his songs too. But William Orbit, there's some quality that he adds to her vocals, and just hearing her that walking around on a cloud, it's like that final one where like so much the production drops out and then it leads into the no way, and like just her voice is so good. And I love the little guitar twangs that he brings in on the second. It doesn't pay when she's like, it doesn't pay to be a runaway. It's so
I love
good.
It doesn't pay to give away what you lack. You'll never get your money back.
Oh, the lyrics too, like I love that.
It's a great Madonna lyric. Oh my god!
It's and she uses that whole like there's like that aquatic feel to it still.
With Love and Run and all those other tracks that didn't make it.
Yeah. Oh my god! I got to listen to this album as soon as we hang up.
Oh my god! I've
been playing it all day.
Obviously, Impressive Instant. I mean, I was bananas for that song. Like it was. To me, it was like, it's so sinister and demented. And like, I love it. It's almost like evil Madonna, where she's like, oh, it's almost like, what's happening? Where is she? And what does she go? Like, it's like, my precious, like, and
how it blew up Drowned World after the first song. And then suddenly.
Oh, good.
Oh my God. The choreo, the
little shoulder
like,
thing where she's like,
me.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
That's why this is my background. Cause this performance of this song is one of, I effing love Fever as the second track in Girly Show. The choreo to that version of Fever is so hot. but this one might take the cake as my like favorite second
Second song.
blow the show open, give us what we paid for moment. Like, oh my God.
So Impressive Instant and Nobody Knows Me. Those are and sorry, Impressive Instant, Nobody Knows Me, Get Together. Those are
Yeah.
those
Nobody's
three.
perfect.
It's
The,
no.
the second
It's the
track,
second
second
song
Oh,
tour
got it, got it.
song.
Okay.
on a
Yeah, because
tour
nobody knows me.
that
Yeah,
she
okay.
does. So it's Impressive Instant was number 2 on
Mhm.
Drown World Tour. Nobody Knows Me was number 2 on Reinvention.
Yeah, that was
And Get
brilliant.
Together was number 2 on Confessions. And for some reason, it was because of those tours in succession like that. I was like, the number 2 song
Second song.
of every tour is like the power track. It hasn't been that way since, but
No, that
Just
was
like
just
the
the
final
thing
song on
she.
each album, you know?
yeah.
Well, think about it. That was the Stuart Price producing the tours era. He was
Yes.
doing the music. I
And it was
I
just so,
think he had something to do with
I
that.
just love like and even still like when you listen to Impressive Instant on like good speakers, crank up that early beginning
Yep.
because you hear
Yep.
this like swirling and it's like bum, 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 dun, 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 over the bass line and then that like it's just so good. It's just like it's just so good. I just love it.
I just like the way the bass kicks in. It is so
Oh
far down in your belly
Yeah.
when you've
yeah.
got good headphones on,
Hmm.
or you hear it at the club.
Yeah. And then I'm just gonna go. I mean, look, I love. There's only one song on this album that I do not love, and I'm sure
Do
you can.
tell.
I'm sure
Do
you can pick. I'm
tell.
sure you can choose which one it is. But I'm going to say the third track that I'm just going to go different from everybody else and just say I love Amazing as again a third track on this. And the reason I say that is because this is part of the quartet of Madonna orbit songs that all live in the same universe. So they did Ray of Light, there's
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful Stranger,
Mm-hmm.
there's Amazing, and then there's I'm a Sinner. And those are all 4 of them use basically the same it's the same driving sort of beat and sound and like slappy drum. But like somebody could do a like master medley remix of all 4 of those songs and they would seamlessly
Mhm.
not topic wise but they would beat wise seamlessly sort of integrate with each other because there's sort of like interpolations happening from
Yeah,
one song
yeah.
to the next. Because Amazing is basically Beautiful Stranger, and
Yeah.
Beautiful
Mm-hmm.
Stranger is basically like the Orbit remix of Ray of Light, and I'm a Sinner is basically Amazing. So yeah, listen, but I love again, I love at the very end of Amazing, wish I didn't love you and nobody else. And her voice just sounds so sweet and wonderful. And yeah, I don't know. Okay. What's the song I don't like? You have to know. There's one on there where I'm just like skip.
Well, probably American Pie if you bought the Japanese import.
No,
Nobody's
no.
perfect.
I was gonna say
Ding, ding,
nobody's
ding, ding, ding.
perfect.
Yes,
Oh, we
yes.
got it,
I
Lily.
love
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nobody's Perfect.
Yeah, no,
I do
that's
too,
I'm
but
I'm half and half on it.
the,
Sometimes I'll skip it, and then other times I'm like, oh,
yeah, the
and
auto
in
tune, the
light,
melody, the plotting beat, just like, no.
yeah,
The
I
only
don't,
note I have on that song is like I don't like it when she says sorry. She shouldn't say sorry. She should just say it, you know? Nobody's
Mm-hmm.
perfect, but I'm not apologizing, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
I like
yeah.
the song has a good build when all the instrumentation comes together after that last, and then she goes, it's the
yeah,
that
that's
the
the part that I like.
crescendo. That's the part of the song that saves it. If I can get through to when that all kicks in and the multiple layers hit, it almost becomes like orchestral.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's the part that actually I really like where it goes dun 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 da da
Hmm.
dun dun and then it
Yes,
comes in with the
yes.
big like that's really actually beautiful.
Oh, I don't think I've
Oh,
made
the
it that far
guitar,
in the
the
song.
guitar that goes do 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 at the end. That's
All right, so maybe I'll
fantastic.
skip, like I'll go through halfway through the song and then start
Go to the
listening. Yeah,
bridge, and then
yeah, yeah.
yeah, no, it's
At first
yeah,
I thought
that's
it
what
was
saves
very
it.
like I thought for a while it was whiny in the
Hmm.
sense that like uh it doesn't come across for me as believable for her to say nobody's perfect when I love her like do.
Yeah, you're
Um,
right. That's what I was thinking too. For her saying I'm sorry, I'm like, Madonna, you don't ever
yeah.
apologize, you know?
Yeah. And I think it takes a little bit of the magic out of, obviously I know she's not a perfect person. No one on the planet is, but like it's, as a fan, it's kind of like,
Hmm.
sure, Madonna, like I know, like sure, you're not perfect. Uh but that topic is relatable in a lot of ways. And I
Hmm.
think it was really on the tour where I fell more in love with it, probably just because of the drama of the performance in that whole segment, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Oh, so I love that whole geisha section of Drown World Tour.
yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful. So in the chat, just briefly, most of the chat folks are agreeing with like Gone and Runaway Lover. You guys have the popular the popular picks for what's everybody's favorite song. Those seem
Well,
to
I
really
love Gone as the ending track to that because it's so simple, but then they've got those fun spaceship sounds that are zooming around, and like the guitar is just so sparse, and then it's also really melancholy, and like Liberty said, it's also kind of like, to me, it's hearing her saying "I'll be gone"
Yeah.
always made me sad listening to
Hmm.
it. Like,
Yes.
it, to me, it just sounded like such a final song. Like, I mean, obviously we know
did.
she's released so many songs since then, but like this to me sounded like her signing off for good. You know, like this was her goodbye song, and I was like,
Yeah.
this, I didn't like that about it, but I love the song. Like, it's
Hmm.
just, it's so perfect.
It's
Maybe
for
she
me,
thought Swept Away was going to change her career and she was going to become a full-time actress and
Yeah,
music
right.
was going to be her last album.
Yeah.
maybe. I mean, I don't know. I think I thought, well, later, and I always have thought this, that like the last song on every album has like this message for the future coming album.
Hmm.
But I've thought of Gone a lot like the older, like the big sister to Easy Ride
Yeah,
in a lot
Mm,
of
yeah,
oh,
ways.
totally.
absolutely.
Even though that's a Monty song. But I think Monty was able really to translate this album very well, obviously due to his skill, but just in future performances with Madonna, he really helped. I think he really understands Mirwais, maybe musician wise or something like that. He's really able to take what Mirwais does and translate that for the performance part, which there's so many great performances around this era. And then when he first gets to is the Letterman
Hmm.
show.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about American Pie, right? We can skip that.
No, there's
No,
no need
I don't
to.
feel
Okay.
even though it was associated, I never really counted it as part of this album.
No,
Okay,
but I
good.
loved Cyberaga.
Yeah, I
I
like
was
that.
only mentioning it so we could get to Cyber Raga because I did not know until today that Cyber Raga was finally on Spotify and
Oh
it's
yeah.
Oh
rarity
God.
on. I didn't know because it's on the Don't Tell Me Remixes
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
album from
yeah.
like 2 years ago. Nobody told me.
Oh my God, I was obsessed with Cyberaga because I was at the height of like my yoga. I mean, I had been doing yoga, but
Same.
then when Madonna started doing yoga, then suddenly I became enlightened, you know? And there was a remix on Nothing Really Matters by Talvin Singh,
I
who
love
is
that
a
remix. It's so
yeah,
So
good.
so
good.
good. So then I went and bought his two CDs, and it was all this like tabla, Indian techno music. It was gorgeous, and I wish they'd worked together more because Cyber Raga was their second collaboration.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I freaking love that song. That was
Um,
my sprinting song. I also was into yoga a lot in like the second half of the 90s through the 2000s. But for me, Cyber Raga was my sprint song. It was when I would try to hit a
mm,
5.5 minute mile in those days. And there's just something juicy about that song that when it
mm-hmm.
really gets propellant and going, you just like you feel it from the bottom chakra all the way up. It's just, oh my God, it's so good. It's
What did you
such,
guys think when music came
oh,
out and it was a sparse 10-track album? I was
loved it.
shocked. I was shocked. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
I
I'm
want
used
it
to
more.
13
I want it
plus, you
more.
know?
I gotta say that,
No,
as perfect as I feel it is being just 10 tracks, I was like, this is it? This is all we get?
Yeah. And then
I
American Life,
loved it.
same thing too.
such a
Yeah.
statement. It was such a statement, especially because we knew there were lots of leftover Orbit tracks that just like the Pettibone tracks from Bedtime
Hmm.
Stories. You know, well, we have most of the Orbit ones on YouTube now, but like I was into it. I was like, yes, give me a statement
Hmm.
piece.
I love that she was educating us, kind of like managing our expectations. She's like, well, this is what you get
Absolutely.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Although
not
I
into
am,
the
I
late
I
career
am
blow.
glad that we got some of the like extra songs that leaked a little bit after that, like
Hmm.
Liquid Love.
Run.
I
Oh,
love
Yeah.
Liquid Love. I know it's, to me it's more Ray of Light-ish, but
oh yeah.
it's still, it's such a beautiful song.
Now, what did you guys think of Lo que siente la mujer? Because I know
Oh,
Liberty
I
loved it.
loved it. I loved it.
Tony
Especially
knows
the
me.
Calderon Quail Dark Mix that was in
Yes.
the Drowned World. Oh, I still get chills
Yeah,
when I.
I love
And
it.
that backless
Oh, so
Yeah,
dress.
beautiful.
Oh,
that
It's
is like one of
just
my top five Madonna moments of any.
oh,
Same.
Yeah.
Absolute same.
gorgeous.
she and just the way she moved. It was like old school modern dance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Oh,
It
it
was
was,
all arms, you
yeah, it was
know?
Uh-huh.
perfect. She looked so good in that tour. It
Yeah.
was, um,
Ah,
I hate
oh,
to
and
say it, but Guy Ritchie was good for her.
Right, and that's in sort of that era of her life, but I think it's because she was very happy
Yeah.
at the beginning,
mhm.
and it came out. And I think there was a couple of interviews I watched for this, and thinking about um a lot of people were obviously asking, oh, have you found that great love with, and she's kind of trying to keep it not quiet, but just not, she's
To
skirting it, right? She doesn't
herself.
want to,
Yeah.
yeah, she didn't want to talk about it very much, but not because um she didn't want to, she was embarrassed or anything. It was just because it was something private that she kind of was trying to keep for just herself.
Hmm.
And there was a question that one of the interviewers asked about, like, you know, you wear so many masks. I think it was a Much Music interview or something like that. Where they also interviewed Denise Vlasis, our little friend of the
Oh
podcast.
yeah.
Um, like like to prepare the interviewer for the actual
Oh,
Madonna
right, right,
interview.
right,
She
right,
did like a
right. Yeah,
mock
yeah.
Hmm.
interview. Anyways, and
With
she's like, well,
Madonna Double.
yes. And do we see the real Madonna ever? Is it just, you're always wearing masks? And she's like, people can see it if they're looking. I mean,
Hmm.
the problem
Yeah.
is that people aren't really ever paying attention to that.
yeah.
Um, but that real Madonna is there. And I think that's what she kind of means, right? Because that happiness, that, and obviously new mom and everything like that had to have played a role as well. I think she was truly over the moon with having her children at that
Yeah.
point.
Hmm.
And in particular Rocco, I think he really brought she could probably tell that he was exactly like her
Yeah.
already
Hmm.
And,
at
you
two
That
know,
months old.
Leo energy.
this is
Yeah.
what she wanted. She wanted to be married and have a child, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's kind of like her 21st century True Blue, right? Because True Blue had that buoyancy and it was like a collection of songs about different topics. But yeah, and it was kind of the same, but like just really musically and artistically and vocally pushing forward. Like you mentioned something earlier, it was either Stephen or Liberty about her vocals on Runaway Lover. And then rewatching
Hmm.
Brixton today, it was like, oh, she still had the Ray of
Yeah.
Light vocal chops singing at that show. And you're like, that kind of went away after Confessions because she kind of stopped singing that way. And I'm like, bring that back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mean, Ben, you mentioned like Paradise Not For Me on Confessions tour. So Paradise
Oh,
Not For Me used to be one of those other skips on this album because
Oh,
you
no.
know me, I'm just like, I
oh,
want dance, I want fun. But
yeah, yeah.
No,
Paradise
I
For Me
wanted
used,
Madonna speaking French for an entire album. That's what I wanted.
it just seemed a little, I just got to Gone after this. Like I just always wanted to skip to Gone for some reason.
Mhm.
And until when they did Drown World, the version in Drown World, I loved that backdrop video that they did and the dancers coming down from the ceiling, and I was mesmerized. And suddenly, I understood Paradise Not For Me, but like I needed to see the performance of it in order to get it. And then when she did that like acoustic version in Confessions,
And
I
the
was like,
melody came
oh
forward.
my
Oh,
God. The musicality of it
yep.
shone through a little bit more. And the way she sang it, it was authentic voice without vocoder. And it just sounded so beautiful. And I was like, this is how this song should have been. Like, it was just, it's gorgeous.
Absolutely.
The strings on Paradise. Was that Michel Colombier, the guy that arranged? Was he the arranger and the orchestral person in that
Yes,
time
he
period?
also he also did the score for Swept Away.
Swept,
That's why.
Oh,
swept
yeah, yeah,
away.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he always did those super mournful strings, but he layered them the way Prince used to layer his synth strings. Like if you go back and listen to uh Martika's Love Thy Will Be Done, the way
Yes.
that Prince did those synth strings, Colombier does those, but with the orchestra. And
But
it's just like, oh my God.
Ben, you know where Prince got those synths from? From Cocteau Twins, Heaven or Las
Yes, the
Vegas.
Cocteau
Yeah.
Twins. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Prince was
FYI,
also a
FYI, I
thief
never,
like Madonna.
I I never need a reason to go back and listen to Martika's Love Thy Will Be
Oh my
Done. Like
Exactly.
God.
That is
That
my
whole
song.
album is the business.
that's
Anyway.
such a great Prince track. That
Yeah.
wasn't Prince, but I love that. Um, yeah, and
Yeah.
we'd be remiss because I know people are going to come for us if we don't talk about this. The Above and Beyond remix for What It Feels Like
Oh,
for a Girl.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
we do love that song because
yes, we do.
it's a total different take on that track. Something that's like sweet and cozy goes to something that's like hands in the air. And I mean, I love that Guy Ritchie directed it. I love that MTV banned it because it was too violent. I mean, it sort of seems a little tame, but I rewatched it in advance of this and I'm like, oh, she's running over people. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, but it's one of my favorite Madonna videos because of all of that, but also just because there's so many like that song is just so incredible at in that way. Probably because yeah, the softness of femininity is like masked in this sort of hard, much harder yet still soft remixed version of the song. I love
Mhm.
that more than the original. Um, I don't know. Actually, I like every other version more than the album version
Mm-hmm.
of What It
Yeah,
Feels
when
Like for a
Above and
Girl.
Beyond came out, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
you've taken this song and just like pushed it through the roof. And I mean, that video is just so eye-popping and so like, I mean, Madonna and that old woman just driving around and wreaking havoc. It's
Yeah.
like it's perfect. It's
Put me in
really
that car.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll come right out of the old cunt's home.
Yeah.
It's a much better version of the commercial they did with Clive Owen that
Oh, the
was just
star. Yeah.
uh that felt
Yeah.
like it was being mean to her. And then they did the
Yes.
music video and you were like, oh, this is what they should have done for the BMW commercial.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
star was like on par with Swept Away. It was like, let's just beat
Oh,
Madonna to a pulp, you know?
Yeah, let's
Agreed.
embarrass
also,
her.
I rewatched the Grammys performance of music today too, where she comes out in a limo and little Bow Wow is like a
Yeah.
child. And you're like, oh yeah, you used to be like a child star. And like just the dancing in that. And oh, it was just so good. Such a good
That
era.
that was it. Here we go. And then and
Yep.
then they drop it. Oh my God, it was so good. That
Uh,
was at the end, right? The Grammys were after the end of Drown World Tour, right?
Yeah, because
no,
the
it was
Grammys are always the
before.
first week of February, so it
No,
was before.
it
Oh,
was
was it?
before the tour. The tour
Yeah.
started in the spring of 2001.
Oh
The
yeah, yeah,
Grammys
yeah,
that
yeah,
year
yeah.
were February of
Yeah.
2001. Yeah.
And I
Because
still
remember, the
have.
tour ended right after 9/11.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, I still have that Entertainment Weekly magazine where Madonna's on the cover, and it was like this summer's must see tour, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yep.
those were good times.
I
Yeah.
know. When
Yes.
Madonna was on the cover
Yes.
of a magazine,
Hmm. Yeah,
and
and
I
that was
bought
such a
every single one.
oh, totally. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, that and I love that tour too just because she had so much content that she hadn't performed in so long.
Yeah, she
So
had three
it
albums.
was just such a great like mix of tracks and the arrange she was in a great mood and yeah, it was
Actually, five albums because it was Evita, Something to Remember,
Well,
Bedtime
bedtime
Stories,
stories.
Music, and Ray of Light.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good times.
It's just really hard to believe that this album came out in 2000 because honestly, it still sounds pretty
Mm-hmm.
fresh. Like when you re-listen now, it doesn't feel dated in terms of what was around in 2000. So
Right.
I
Like if
think,
you listen to like NSYNC or Backstreet Boys or
yeah,
like Christina
Britney at the
Aguilera,
time.
Britney, like that sounds dated, but it's also the production's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's interesting because even when I re-listen today, I was just like, God, I would kill to go back to 2000 right now, just to relive some of the things that
Mm-hmm.
happened, not necessarily just to me, but in like overall in the world, like the feeling in the world, because it really is the last sort of year here of sort of innocence, if you will,
Hmm.
before so many things changed. But also, um, we still, I mean, I might have been like a non-optimistic, 23-year-old at the time, but um I'm way more bitter today. Like I would love to go back to that version of me to, change some things and
Mm.
um
Yeah. I think we'd all like to go back to that naivete.
yeah,
I was
yeah, and
having
to that
such a good
weight.
time.
Oh, I was having the best time.
Oh,
I remember going to like lounge bars in this like in Soho and like Chelsea area, and I would hear like the Groove Armada remix of music like as
So
background
good.
music, and I'd
It's
be
so
like,
yeah,
good.
oh,
yeah.
I just love going out and having Madonna serenade me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the days when you went to not even just the gay bars. Like the
Yeah.
first time I heard Impressive Instant in a club, there was this, oh God, the place was so sketchy. It was outside of a mall above a parking garage, but it was like this two-story club. And some of my friends at the time would go out there on Saturday nights and they had like a hip hop room. That was one of these places that had a room for the type of
Hmm.
Hmm.
music you liked already. This was in like 2000. We all went out there. It might have been like Thanksgiving break weekend. And so I said, yes, I'll go. And I heard Impressive Instant in this cavernous, and it just like consumed you and just like beat you into like ecstatic submission. It was so wonderful. So
I
yeah,
love that.
and you don't, I mean, there's hardly any clubs anymore, and they don't play, and a lot of them don't play this kind of music. So
Yeah.
yeah, the good old days.
The good old days. Um, well, I
Did
guess
we
that's
did we miss anything?
I was gonna say I think we've covered music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
The
a
cyber cowgirl.
Like
Yeah.
to quote
Simple
Rupert Everett
makeup.
in the next best thing, I think we've talked it to death.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I will say it's interesting that this sort of version of Madonna lives on where you still see cowboy hats at shows. You still
Yeah.
see that. I
mm-hmm.
mean, obviously, Don't Tell Me is sort of the longest living besides music from the era as far as performances and tours and stuff. So I think she really likes the song.
He
Um,
loves that song.
I love me personally, I love the Reinvention tour version the best.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh,
that's where it's like
that's really
Bittersweet
good.
Symphony, or wait, was Bittersweet?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was with
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that
Mm-hmm.
version,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I
Ah,
like put your hands up for Detroit.
Oh, oh, yeah, that version of music is pretty good.
Yeah, it is because they're like they really get down dancing to that one, you know. They're like
mhm.
going
Yeah, yeah.
hard.
No, I loved the Drum World Tour version of music was great because they mixed in "Music Sounds Better with
Yeah.
You," and I loved that.
Choreo was hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. I mean, there's a. I. It's a shame that she didn't really want to perform music for the celebration tour because it would have been fun to hear. And I mean, obviously, it's a dance song, so she would
It
have
would have
had.
been a better closer than the one we got or kind of got.
Yeah, but yeah, it's you're right, Liberty. The fact that this was such an iconic look for her and that it continues on is fascinating because she really only used it in like the photo
Yeah.
shoot, the music album and the music video and the Don't Tell Me video. So, but it's like then she sort of dropped. Well, I guess it was in the tour too. So yeah, yeah, it makes sense, I
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah.
remember the stupid song?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. But I
Oh
think
dear daddy.
like you mentioned earlier for as far as like a Halloween costume, it's one that people find really relatable and easy
Hmm.
to replicate. So when you're doing a Madonna show, it's so easy to recreate this Western look because
Yeah.
it's Americana, which is interesting too, given that, She had just moved to London, right? Like she
Right.
just moved across, and here she is, like sort of touting this Americana look and feel. And the album has a little bit of a country feel to it as
Ish.
well.
Ish.
Yeah, but people had already, had long said that she could do a country album, probably because of Crazy for You having such a
Mm-hmm.
sort of
Mm-hmm.
twang in her voice. But her
Yeah.
voice is so good in so many different genres. So
Aladdin, my God. It's she is
yeah,
good. Yeah, she has the twang. It's
this is why we
Hey,
love
God, I
Liberty,
hope
I
her.
have a
she never
question
does a
about your
country
t-shirt.
album.
Is that the t-shirt that came in the tin? Because I got one
Yes.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the
the
icon.
confessions. Yeah,
I
There
I mean,
was
know.
so much good like special editions of the music album. I think I had them
I
all.
have the one where it's like the
The
special
book?
edition. It's the pink one with the raised logo on
Uh-huh.
front
Yeah,
of
the
it. I
belt
do have.
buckle look.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was going to talk actually about merch just briefly because there's one thing that I sold that I would kill to get back. I
Oh,
bought it at the time when the boy toy catalog was still paper, and it's a canvas. It was a canvas bag, like a messenger style, and it had that the music logo in a leather sort of stamp on the front. It had like a little toggle closure. And if anybody finds that anywhere, please send me the
Okay.
link because I
I don't
would
remember
die.
ever
Like,
seeing that.
oh, I'm sure
Yeah,
it's
and
available for
I,
purchase for very expensive.
well, it's
I
so impossible to search because this is the
yeah.
thing about the music era and album, and it's genius freaking marketing. Anytime you search Madonna music, like what
I
the heck
know.
Yeah.
you're gonna be in a wormhole because it is just endless what you will find, and not because of the music era, but because it's it's like what she
Yeah,
does.
yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I
genius
remember
actually.
buying the special edition music CD that was kind of, it looked like a book, a small book, and it had that embossed M on the front too.
Hmm. Yeah, it's
Oh,
good. Yeah, I love the
The
special
Kevin Regan
editions.
era. Because Kevin Regan he did Ray of Light, music. Yeah, those are his only
and then
two.
the
Because she
American Life
moved.
that came in the box.
Yes, I have
Did
that
he
as
do
well.
that one?
I
I
love
thought
I
Yeah.
love all the
Eminem
special
did that
Oh
editions.
one.
The
yeah.
special editions are
And then
fun.
the fold out with her doing all
Hmm.
the letters.
Hmm.
Yes, I have that.
Hmm.
Probably
Little,
in
they
four
were like
versions.
little stamps as
Hmm.
well, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, that's our show. Thanks
Oh,
for joining
I
us.
know. We're like,
Remember,
oh.
you can find MLVC on all social platforms at MLVC Podcast. If you'd like to donate to the show, we're on Venmo at MLVC Podcast. If you've not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, tick that subscribe button so you never miss a video. Until next time, everybody, seems I love you more than yesterday. Love you and no one else. Everyone, thanks for joining. You four. I'm talking to myself.
Yeah.
You three stay where you're at. We're gonna kiki afterwards. But yeah.
Thomas shot across your side.
You mean entrance. Oops. Oops.